Have you been applying for and collecting points on credit cards, but all you hear is American Express this, American Express that? Amex does have the largest welcome bonuses, but they also tend to have the highest fees. And what's more, there's nothing worse than showing up at your favorite store or restaurant and seeing that dreaded no Amex sign. Now, what if I told you that there's a series of amazing Visa credit card offers right now that you can also use to earn a huge chunk of flexible and transferable points just like American Express, but without the high fees and the acceptance issues? That's right, RBC recently launched their Avion credit card bonuses for the summer, and boy do they give American Express a run for their money. If you're not already familiar, RBC has their own in-house points currency called Avion Points, and right now on the flagship RBC Avion Visa Infinite card, you can earn a total of 55,000 Avion points as a welcome bonus. This is a staggering all-time high level, and it's available in the market until September 16th, 2022. The 55,000 points is distributed as follows: 35,000 points upon getting approved for the card, so you don't actually need to make a single purchase at all, you'll just get them upon getting approved, and then 20,000 points upon spending $5,000 in the first 6 months of holding the card. Whoa, if you think that $5,000 is going to be tough to complete, don't forget that you can put your daily expenses on this card for a 6-month period to reach that threshold, compared to the usual 3-month spending threshold period that we usually see on Canadian credit cards. $5,000 in 6 months is a lot more achievable than the $5,000 in 3 months that American Express might want you to complete. And if that's still too much, don't worry, you can skip the spend entirely and just worry about that first chunk of 35,000 points, which is also an amazing offer as well. Now, in exchange for this total of 55,000 points, you do need to pay an annual fee of $120 here on the RBC Avion Visa Infinite, though you can get this waived by holding RBC's top-tier VIP banking package, which waives the fees on a mid-range credit card as part of the benefits. Now, 55,000 Avion points sounds great, but what can you actually do with these points? Make sure to stick around till later on in the video where we're going to talk about the best sweet spots for using Avion points for some luxurious flights around the world. Before that though, there is a potential challenge to getting this welcome bonus of 55,000 points on the Avion Visa Infinite, and that's if you don't meet the minimum income requirement of $60,000 in annual personal income or $100,000 in annual household income. If that's the case, then you'll be pleased to know that you can get this exact same welcome bonus on the RBC Avion Visa Platinum card, which doesn't have any minimum income requirement at all. It's the same offer of 35,000 Avion points upon approval and 20,000 points upon spending $5,000 in 6 months for a total of 55,000 points in exchange for a $120 annual fee. So now that we've covered the 55,000 points that's available on both of these cards, let's talk about what you can actually do with these points. With Avion points, you can go to a place like this and a seat like this and stay at a hotel like this. How is that possible all on points, you might ask? Well, the beauty of Avion points is that it's a flexible and transferable points currency, which makes it much more useful than earning cash back. With a flexible currency like RBC Avion, you have the option of redeeming for gift cards at your favorite stores like Amazon or Hotels.com. But the best way to redeem Avion points is to take advantage of the number of transfer partners that the program has access to. You can transfer Avion points to British Airways Avios, Cathay Pacific Asia Miles, American Airlines Advantage, and WestJet Rewards. In particular, British Airways Avios is the program you'll likely want to focus on. You can redeem Avios for flights on British Airways, Aer Lingus, American Airlines, Japan Airlines, and most notably, Qatar Airways, one of the world's best airlines for business class and first class. Indeed, Qatar Airways is widely known for offering one of the best business class products in the world. It's known as Qatar Airways Q Suites, and it offers this amazing seat along with some of the best food and service in the sky that you'll find anywhere in the world. And while that sounds great and all, the cherry on top is that RBC Avion often puts on transfer bonuses to British Airways Avios that'll give you 30 to 50% extra points compared to normal. The usual transfer ratio is 1-to-1, and with a transfer bonus in play, you can get 30 to 50% more points when you transfer your points during one of these promotions. So that means that with the 55,000 Avion points that you get from the Visa Infinite or the Visa Platinum, you can take advantage of a transfer bonus and earn enough Avios for a one-way flight to the Middle East on Qatar Airways Q Suites, which starts at 70,000 Avios just for applying for one of these cards. How crazy easy is that? When you're on board Q Suites, remember that you only paid $120 in credit card fees, plus some taxes and fees for this ultra luxurious flight, while everybody around you on the plane likely paid thousands of dollars for their ticket. Now, this sounds great and all for one person traveling on Q Suites, but one of the best selling points of this experience is that double bed in the sky and sharing that experience with a loved one. How can you get enough Avion points to book 2 people on this flight? Well, that's another great thing about RBC, which is that they'll actually let you have the welcome bonuses on both the Visa Infinite and the Visa Platinum card, although there's one rule to keep in mind if you want to apply for both of these cards. That's known as the RBC 190 rule, which means that RBC will only approve you for one new credit card every 90 days. If you apply sooner than this, you'll get an automatic rejection and you'll have wasted your time as well as a precious credit inquiry. And so doing some quick math with both of these offers ending on September 16th, 2022, this means that you definitely want to take action and apply for one of these cards as soon as possible so that you can leave a 90-day gap and still apply for the second card to get both of them before the offers expire on September 16th. But here's something that you don't need to wait 90 days for, and that's to hit like and subscribe underneath this video so that you don't miss future videos about the best credit card offers, and also let YouTube know that you've been enjoying this video so that it shows the video to even more viewers. You don't have to wait 90 days to do this, so go ahead and do it right now. Now finally, we've talked about using Avion's transfer partners like Avios, Asia Miles, and American Airlines to fly with One World Airlines. But what if you want to use your Avion points to fly with airlines in business class outside of the One World Alliance? If that's the case, then there's a hidden perk on the premium level RBC Avion Visa Infinite Privilege card that I think most people have never heard of. With this card, if you see a cheap business class or first class fare that you can book with cash, you can actually apply your Avion points against that cash fare at a value of 2 cents per point and use your Avion points to book that business class or first class flight directly in this fashion. This flight can be on any airline, including Star Alliance and SkyTeam Airlines, and it's basically equivalent to making a cash booking. You can also earn frequent flyer miles and potentially airline elite status from taking that flight as well. And of course, right now is also a great time to get this RBC Avion Visa Infinite Privilege card, because just like the 2 lower end variants, the Privilege card is also offering 55,000 Avion points as a welcome bonus. Again, 35,000 points just for signing up and 20,000 points upon spending $5,000 in 6 months. If you qualify for this card, given its $200,000 minimum income requirements, as well as the $399 annual fee, then the $5,000 minimum spending requirements shouldn't be a problem for you. So now that we've talked about this trio of record high welcome bonuses of 55,000 Avion points on the RBC personal credit cards, there's only one thing standing in your way before you're sipping champagne on board Qatar Airways Q Suites, and that's actually understanding the nature of British Airways Avios and Qatar Airways redemptions, because it's not exactly straightforward. And even though it's possible to use your Avios to book Qatar Airways, there's still a few key things you need to know about that whole process, and you can check out this video on screen right now to figure out how it all works.